Chat, here we go. It's Dark versus Taylan. The salt mine is over, and as I was just telling chat, what was the salt mine missing? It was missing a bit of Dark. Dark has been back on the Rocket League grind. You should check him out, by the way. He streams. I think he might have been live earlier today. I'm not sure. Twitch.tv/RLDark1. Taylan is also debuting. Taylan streams as well. I think at Taylan RL. But it's return of our favorite Saudi Arabian 1v1er. And the debut of Taylan, a German player who is a very high-rated 2s player who has been dabbling in 1s as well. Trying to grind his way through the Salt Mine qualifier. Didn't make it all the way to the very end. But certainly a player who can hang here with Dark today. As we see where Dark has been. We've been checking in on his 1v1 replays as he misses a bit of an open net. And we've seen how the dashing has come. I think a long time ago when we was just, playing his last couple show matches before this one, he was showing how crazy he was into the dashing, and he has improved it a ton and made it very useful in a high-level situation. Now this backflip will put Dark on the board. Dark playing as Dot today. Of course, everybody hoping to see some pogos, as he is the king of pogos, and he hasn't backed off the pogos either. We haven't really seen a ton of people be able, as you can see, the mad dashing that Dark loves to put on the back wall. He actually seemed like he got punished, but Taylan couldn't get the finish. The demo, though, will reset him as Taylan goes to the skies. I forget what I was saying there. I'm getting distracted by the dashing. And the subs, by the way, as well. Thank you for the tier 1, Tohu Wabohu. And thank you for Off the Steezy tier 1 for 9 months. Appreciate you. Nice save from Dark. Oh, as I was saying, yeah, the pogos. The pogos are something that a lot of players have added into their arsenal, but not really the way that Dark does them. Dark is still unique in how he's able to pull them off. We'll see if he'll pull off any classics today. Dark is a zap dashing maniac. He's also a ball cam spamming maniac. It's almost like he has to constantly be moving his hands, and in a moment it doesn't make sense to press jump, he just used it to press ball cam. Taylan setting up a slow dribble. Dark is so unpredictable in net. Decides to go in and out for the save, and does get it. I mean, he could just be such a tough player to play against. So chaotic. Every movement on the wall is a dash. And his power shot is in. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's just constantly dashing. Dashes his way up to the ceiling. Dashes his way all the way to the ball. And then finish is surprises Taylan. Gets a ton of power and sneaks it past him. Taylan, wall to air dribble. Early challenge by Dark. Every landing has a dash, and every bit of wall movement. He just dashing over and over. This time he drove back up onto the wall so he could dash some more before turning around to challenge and steal it right off the top of Taylan's car. I mean, Taylan has been unable to get a dribble play going. Gonna have to get that going much quicker, especially because Dark can cover the distance between them in an instant, it seems. So if he doesn't have control of the ball, he could be in trouble. This time, playing it around, Dark gets demoed. Now Dark to ceiling height. Saw the early challenge coming. Wall dashes it up and away from Taylan, who goes flying past the ball. Taylan wanted an early challenge. Can't seem to find the answer when it comes to intercepting Dark. Dark popping the ball away. Taylan dropping it into the corner. A little wall dash himself. Dark almost seems to be tempting Taylan here as he launches this ball up the back wall. Feels like there's space. Oh, Taylan stole the corner boost. He thought that meant he was going to have control, but no, of course, Dark comes dashing out of the corner to beat him to that ball. Now, that is something that Dark is going to do a decent amount. Is he going to make it back to this? He dashed his way completely past the play, left Taylan an open net, but Taylan didn't get the power he needed, and Dark found his way all the way back, and it's an aerial. I mean, he's going crazy. He's in free play, and Taylan is yet to be able to get a read. Backed off here and respected the musty. Actually, was still almost in the right position. It does go soaring past as Dark makes it 6-2. Taylan needs to steal this corner boost and does. Wants to pin Dark back. Maybe if you keep Dark on the back wall. That's a great play from Taylan. Needs a little ground pinch to finish, but should be able to get it. So Taylan, who hasn't been able to find offense in a while, does off the kickoff. I think we're going to see a lot of kickoff wins for Taylan. Just needs to be able to convert and catch Dark when Dark goes for, over-aggressive plays, which very clearly Dark is going to be doing. I don't think Taylan can really afford to get direct kickoff goals scored on him. But he does it. Dodge that opportunity now. Full field air dribble, has the reset, falling a bit in front of the ball, but nice movements towards the end of the dribble. And Taylan, signs of life when he absolutely needed them. A minute in now, 2 goals to make up. As Dark getting bumped, but also not likely to make that save either. Backflipping away from the ball. Dark thought he saw an opportunity to strike, just powered the ball directly at the net. Taylan had the save, but did not have the back corner boost. So Dark in control, power slide. He's going from behind this play. Is he going to bump Taylan? No. It's actually just going to be a direct goal. It should just be a direct goal there. This time, Taylan does convert. 37 seconds. Dark reads the fake kickoff. Wow. It's a perfect read and a chip directly on target. Taylan was trying to earn a late possession and attack the full field to get that final tying goal instead. Now down 2. Dark diving into the corner, leaving this open for Taylan. It's happened a few times already. Dark obviously has faith in his ability to recover. But as long as Taylan executes correctly, I don't think there's a way Dark can get back if he gives that much space. Fake here from Dark. Lost a bit of power, so Taylan will be able to recover and get that save. Just look at the way Dark's moving. This is your first time watching Dark in a while. I'm sure you'll notice just every bit of movement starts with a dash. Anytime he needs any sort of speed or is heading in any direction, he is now added the dash to start that off. And is truly pushing them to the extent of what they can be used for. That goal likely secures game number 1 in favor of Dark, as Taylan will maybe try and put one last one on just to make it look a bit closer, but 8-7 will go to Dark. The Pogo Maniac has become a dashing maniac, but it's all exciting as it ever was. By the way, I should mention, Dark says his controller is broken, if you could believe that. He says he's down to play anyways, despite the broken controller, but, can you imagine? Why would Dark's controller be broken? I don't understand. Game number 2. Dark and Taylan. A close matchup in the first game. Taylan almost getting caught out as Dark just tries to boom the power shot past him in the opener. Taylan looking to get a strong flick. Oh, Dark, that's not the best 50. And Taylan will be on the board. There was a window for Taylan if he connected with this flick to just send it over the top of Dark. When he didn't, oh, he actually just dunked that back. Yeah, not really much Dark could do there. I'm not sure, what I'd say should be different from Dark in that position. Where he was at, he was very likely to get dunked. Now Taylan, wall to air dribble, using the reset to push past Dark. And off to a 2-0 lead. Dark electing to go for boost and backing off the ball, and he definitely could have had this save, but not able to pinch it with the crossbar. One of the things watching Dark replays that I've noticed is he definitely prioritizes grabbing boost off kickoff over grabbing the ball. Of course, he's going to prove me wrong right now as he goes for the ball instead of picking up the midfield 100, but that's not going to work out for him either. So Taylan finding his stride a little bit as he worked his way back in game 1 and now extending that momentum. Put himself up 4 early in game 2. Dark, wow, that is the crazy speed. I mean, Taylan, you could barely blame Taylan. I'm sure he's not expecting it to be possible for Dark to go all the way back to the corner and then come flying back out to the ball. Like, Taylan wasn't even rushing because I don't think he felt like he needed to. You know, no way is Dark actually going to go to the corner and find his way back to the ball. So I'm just going to, you know, casually approach and get the perfect setup. But no, that gets punished. As Dark finds his way back, he pulls off the pre-jump. Taylan has a reset. Wait, is Taylan going to be the first to score Pogo? No way! Dark has to give him the nice shots. Who had that on their bingo card? Taylan, the first one to score a Pogo in a match against Dark. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that, but apparently Taylan has the Pogo in the bag of tricks. And is up 5-1, the kickoff bump. Make it 6-1. It's a complete turnaround. Dark had the 6-2 lead at some point in game number 1. It's a slightly better lead for Taylan. Dark trying to convert on this kickoff, got a bit greedy. But I'm just such a believer in the recoveries now. I never feel like Dark is out of it. I always have to wait to find out if there's some magical way he can gain speed. But the defense off the back wall certainly has not been it. Oh my goodness, so much speed out of that corner. The problem is I think it ends up hurting him. He dashed out of that corner to get like pure max speed, which got him to the net too soon. So then he had to hit the brakes and then completely stopped, slowed down, and wasn't, you know, in the cadence for the save. He actually probably needed to play that slower and would have been better off. But an interception means a second goal for Dark. As he takes the ball right off the top of Taylan's dribble. Taylan definitely needs to be much more protective of the ball in the air, especially that close to the net. You can afford to have a bit of separation sometimes, but not when you're on the goal line ready to make a play, or, you know, where the defender is going to be challenging. Oh, wow. How is that a demo for Taylan? It seemed like Dark wanted that demo. But Taylan must have been supersonic as well. Dark, early challenge, steals it off the top of the arena. And seems to allow Taylan to grab the ball for free. But, you know, I say that. Here he is taking it right back away. What is he going for off the ceiling? Can't stick with it. And now this long shot is off target for Taylan. So Dark will let it bounce off the back wall. What does he have in store? Thought he saw the Taylan challenge, so he drops the ball. Actually gets a decent bit of height with his wave dash shot. And now going to the ground. There's the Pogos Dark loves. He sees Taylan going high, and so he takes it low. Now, nowadays, you know, most players are scoring these low shots by just catching the ball and rolling it, but no. That would not be Dark's MO. Dark goes for the Pogo instead. Halfway through the game, down 4. A missed touch in the midfield means a freebie for Taylan. I think Dark was trying to have everything. I think he was trying to get midfield boost maybe and also touch the ball to the back corner. And instead there was no window to do so, so he actually missed on both for trying to greed them out. Dark flicking a bit high. Taylan in and out of the nets. Just barely able to tap the save away. Dark leaving a wide open net, but this time maybe just baiting Taylan into taking a shot. Dude, it is like a roller coaster ride watching from Dark's POV. you just never know what's gonna happen. But in Dark's attempts to get back into this game. I think it was early kickoff goals, early possessions that led to the Taylan lead. Now he's extending it with Dark trying to go a bit too crazy with his possessions. But this is definitely one of the things I don't think he'll get away with forever, is the fact that he always full backs off. Off kickoffs, he loves to get himself boost and put a ton of space between himself and the offender. I mean, if Taylan's going to hand him the ball a bunch of times, maybe he'll be able to find his way back, but I think more often than not, players at this level are not going to give you freebies. Dark tried to win this kickoff directly into the net, did not succeed. He does know he has to head straight back. Actually, turn around to grab boost. Wait, a ground pinch gets saved to the post, but Taylan is around to finish it. So 10-4. Taylan, another kickoff win. Dark doing his best. He's out of this one. I'm assuming that that's just a forfeit. Yeah, he wants to go next. Maybe he forgot that I can just end them. What's party? I can end the matches. Game number 3. And if there was ever a definition of a show match, I think this is it. That's exactly what these guys are doing for us. Putting on a show, as Dark always puts on a show. And Taylan has matched it here today, scoring the only pogo. Or actually, I shouldn't say that. Dark did get one. Scoring the first pogo. And the pogo of Dark variety. You know, Dark's actually the one who scored a pogo that you see a lot of other players running now. Dude, Dark is so insane. We have to watch this again from his perspective. When you watch from Taylan's, it doesn't seem like he's being that ridiculous. Like, he's playing it like a little bit slow. He's waiting for the ball to come down. But when you're watching it from his POV, it doesn't seem like he should be that worried. And yet, there is a Dark full speed jumping off the wall, taking the ball away from you, staying supersonic, and countering in the blink of an eye. Dark chipping this one a bit high. Probably got a bit greedy trying to score it. And Taylan able to get this out and around Dark. Oh, Taylan, what is that? Oh my goodness, that absolutely should have been a goal. But he allowed Dark to get back, and Dark never gave up. Now here's going to be... Oh, I thought for sure we are going to see a zap dash. I think that actually was a missed zap dash, which is insane to say, considering how Dark does this all the time. This is like the freest moment to zap dash. Even, you know, people who are just learning it in that moment right there with zero boost to catch back up to the ball are probably going for it. I swear it looks like Dark presses ball cam like 5 times during the kickoff. How does he press? How does he have time to press that much ball cam? Dude, like, is he ball camming as well? I feel like he is. Maybe I'm being crazy, but as he dashes, I feel like he's also toggling ball cam on and off, which is what's making it look extra wild. But maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it really just looks that insane when he's dashing as much as he does. Well, Dark has completely turned it around, as he now has a 4-0 lead in a game that he was not able to slow Taylan down at all. It's like you come up for a breather. Watching Taylan POV is like, oh, phew. The ball is staying centered on the screen like I'm used to. Taylan, oh, just tapped it right in front of him. I mean, not really a ton of options as Dark puts the suffocating pressure on Taylan. The backflip, and I mean, that ball was very likely to roll out in 50 in. I mean, obviously, Taylan's choice to chip it there for him, probably not the best. I guess he was hoping to get the ball out in front of the net and across it before Dark arrived. But of course, Dark, who's going to get a demo, a dash, and a goal all in one. I mean, he has completely turned it around. This is exactly how game number 1 went. I don't know if he was aiming that demo or not, but it works out perfectly. It's a 6-1 lead. Dark Dash onto the back wall to make this clear. One of the things about Dark, too, is he never lets go of boost. I think that often leads to him running out of boost in situations where he needs it. Which is interesting considering he's such a big dasher. You'd almost think he'd be able to get away without using so much boost. Taylan's going to get him back to the corner. So often Dark finds himself past the play, has to turn back around, recover, and still finds a way. Really aggressive challenge as Dark takes the ball away from Taylan right off the top of the arena. Oh, dude. Dark is so crazy, man. He has so many bursts of speed that nobody else are doing. Specifically that wall dash onto the corner. That wall dash right on the curve of the wall gives him so much speed in a spot that everybody else loses everything. And it's like, it's impossible to even describe because it's so unique the way Dark plays. Taylan, a kickoff goal. Halfway through the game, it's almost a complete mirror match. Dark into the corner. This is what he prefers to do. I mean, he's done this every time. Even when the impending shot is coming on his net, he'll always go out, grab boost, and then see if he can make his way back with a miraculous, crazy set of wall dashes to maybe get the save and then counter. And of course, sometimes he fails, so the ball just goes directly in the net. Taylan, another kickoff win. This is where Dark needs to clean up his act in defense against these early dribbles. He's got this save. Taylan's going to hand him the ball, and Dark is certainly going to take that in for a freebie. Dark. Big kickoff win. And for the first time in this entire game, probably. Oh, he almost allowed Dark to get back. But as I was going to say, for the first time this game, it's Dark who's sitting, waiting for the ball to come down to the ground, who is surprised by Taylan's speed. That is basically the definition of how Dark has been able to get so many goals. This kickoff is not stopped, almost though, as Taylan sent it into the crossbar. Dark, another kickoff goal, 10-4. These have been super high-scoring games, and they've gone both ways, too. I mean, Taylan scored a ton in game number 2. Game number 2 finished 11-4. We're on track for a little bit more this time around as payback. Taylan, air dribble to that aerial shot. Dark gaining control of the ball, dashing his way down the field. No surprises there. How many dashes just happened in the past 5 seconds? Now he sets the ball up for Taylan, and is he going to find a way to not make this a goal? Somehow he is. The 50 sends it into the corner. And you can't prep. You cannot prep for playing against Dark. All you could do is prep in the match while playing it, you know, with each passing game, but I swear, there's no way to play against somebody who plays like him, so you have to figure it out on the fly, and he's going to slow the game down. Taylan is going to leave the game, which he doesn't need to do. I'm assuming that's a forfeit. But game number 3, going to go to Dark, as he hits back with a haymaker as well. Game 4. What do we have in store for Game 4? It's impossible to know. But I'm always excited to find out. Dark with a direct kickoff goal. Gonna put himself up 1 with 4 seconds. Taylan, double resets, headed to the back wall. Dark, I want to watch this Dark dashing from the opponent POV. got to be absolute chaos. Taylan can't find any boost. Dark goes to steal. Wanted the demo. Couldn't get it. And now won't be able to pick up his back corner in the process. Going to body Taylan. Oh, got there just a bit too soon. I was hoping for that to spawn right as he got there. But it spawns after he passes over. Taylan in the air. Wants to look at that top left corner. Dark with the save. And the absolutely ridiculous dashing. This is where you'll see... Oh, he couldn't get that one down and in. That probably should have been a counterattack goal. But watching Dark replays too, and those of you who have seen the YouTube videos probably, that is where the most directly and immediately transferable dashing, I think, can go to other players. Obviously, Dark has practiced this, and you know this gameplay is not easily repeatable. But those saves into the corner, and then the chained wall dashes in order to get a power shot across the field, have extremely powerful, really quick counterattacks that I think a lot of players, you know, that's where players should look to first if they're trying to look to pick up stuff from Dark. See if you can find a way to replicate those, because those are incredibly useful. And the air dribble bump, Dark goes over the top of it and has the save. Couldn't get into the corner quick enough though. And now Taylan dribbling. Dark waiting with 0 boost. Definitely a higher prioritization on 100 pads or 100 boosts for Dark than there is other players. He's very willing to get on the wrong side of the play if it means he'll be able to go grab 100 and get back, or you know, be forced to get back. Taylan thought he was going to be able to start a clean dribble, but Dark was there to intercept it. Dark, oh, could not pre-flip back to this one. Tried to pre-jump, got a 50, just barely though. It did sneak underneath him. Taylan with another possession, wants to go to the side wall. Has to assume that Dark is going to be there. And actually, I think he tried to change his attempt. You know, instead of taking a wall to air dribble, I think he tried to hit it as hard as he could straight up in order to get over the top of the early challenge. He knew the early challenge was coming. He tried to beat it, but the early challenge was too quick. And Dark was able to steal it away. Dark, interesting. I don't know if he was trying to box out Taylan by flipping that far into the corner. But Taylan will delete him, and then he expects the quick challenge. So he flicks it over the top. Dark insisting on playing at ludicrous speed constantly. Taylan gonna get a kickoff goal to make it 5-2. It's a little bit more tame of a game than the last couple that we've seen. But it is Taylan who's pulling away, trying to force a game 5. A kickoff from Dark. That's actually something that we haven't seen from him too much, considering we normally see that a ton. Air dribble across the whole field into that wave dash pop, but the problem is it's over the top of the net. Now Taylan, I mean, Dark has gotten so many goals this way. Taylan is just playing, you know, Taylan isn't even playing that slow, but not matching Dark's pace and thinking that, you know, you're going to be able to set up any sort of shot that doesn't immediately get the ball moving. It's just not going to happen. Dark is going to challenge, take it away, and counter. That's why you've seen the success from Taylan whenever he has attempted to go early, but even then, Dark's been able to catch him on occasion. Taylan, the reset, drops the ball to Dark, who needs to make sure he gets around this, and he does easily. As long as you can get to the ball before it makes contact with the wall, it's an easy counterattack. As soon as it gets there, it gets a little bit trickier. Dark able to get around it. Fake kickoff again. We watched both of them from Taylan's perspective. You know, I'd say they convinced me, but it's not really a high standard to have to beat. You have to convince people who are actually good at the game. Taylan looking for that left side of the net and found it. Dark getting a bit cheeky. if you could believe that, as he dashes onto the ceiling and does not cover that far side of the net. Wall to air dribble for Taylan. Double resets. It's a perfect setup. And the fake might work out. Couldn't get the touch. I mean, I'm not sure it was an intentional fake or if he just didn't seem like he got back to the flip like he wanted to, but it's going to work perfectly. As Dark goes soaring across the backboard. Those have been a couple weaknesses for Dark. Finds himself past the play often because he wants to grab 100 boost and also seems insistent on defending his back wall with manic dashes. You know, this back wall moments when an air dribble is coming are probably the moments when Dark does have to bail out of his very clear commitment to constant wall dashes and instead time the challenges a bit more. What he's doing instead is he's just swinging wide and trying to see if he can go max speed across the net and have it timed correctly, you know? Instead of just playing the angles and playing it a bit slower. Nice double by Taylan. He's just delaying the start so that he can then hopefully arrive at full speed by dashing his way across the net. Taylan's going to make it 9-4. So interesting the way this match has gone. First game, very close. Since then, just dominant wins for both unless Dark can find a way back. It's going to be a double reset. The fake gets him a fifth. And interestingly, this is Dark slowing the game down. I mean, Dark can do this, but I feel like he hasn't been going for it so far in this series. And it's because you're not going light speed when you do that dribble, it seems. Ooh, Taylan's going to get him back with a fake kickoff and is going to punish. Dark wanted to steal the boost. And wait, is he going to make it back? Dark! Oh my goodness. Oh no, he didn't. He couldn't get the follow-up. But I want to watch his perspective. I toggled off his perspective because I thought, no way does he make it back, but he did. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't clear it out. And yeah, we have established the leave being the forfeit. So Taylan gonna force a game number 5 in this exciting one-of-a-kind matchup. Game number 5. Dark and Taylan. Will Dark be able to slow down when he needs to is one of the big questions. So far, he hasn't tried to, it doesn't seem. He's just looked to make his speed work even better. Which, to be fair, I don't think you get to the point where Dark is at without just trusting your speed at all times in every moment. You know, if you doubt your speed at all, then you don't get to this point. Dark says, I'll figure it out. That's what makes him one of the pioneers of the game. That dash specifically is one of his fastest moves. And, I mean, he does it away from the play a lot. It's like a 180. He starts his speed. Okay, that just needs to be a save. By, like, 90-degree turning and setting up a dash right on that corner, which starts with a great burst. There's a lot of situations where it's useful. But a lot of times he's just setting it up away from the play. Taylan given space, as he often will be given by Dark. And see, there's Dark again. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, was that save. Dark just basically playing around in his back half, not really positioning in a spot that makes sense defensively, so that he can just time his challenge such that he can go basically from the corner at max speed all the way across the net and make the save. He doesn't want to slow down. He doesn't want to get there early. He just wants to delay. Okay, strike, and hopefully it's right at the correct time for the save, which I feel is really hard to do consistently. Leads you to getting faked probably a ton, as this air dribble bump is going to get a second. Because you have no choice but to zoom across the net. Takeoff win for Dark. Probably going to be a wall to air dribble. What does he have in store for us? Has one reset. Taylan challenging early, so Dark will force it to the ground. And playing slightly passive and then actually got beat to the ball. This is where Dark really likes to punish. These situations where, you know, he almost got that counterattack goal there. He seems to be able to bait players in thinking, you know, he's just the average player in the corner, but he can get quick shots and make you look silly. This time his was slightly off on the back wall. And again, Taylan's air dribble game is continuing to work wonders as Dark has yet to find the answer defensively. It should be pointed out, Dark is playing with a broken controller. Of course it's a nice 180 to put a little flair on even the most basic goal. Sorry, I want to watch it again. Just air rolling out of the front flip to land backwards. Taylan should just be able to roll one in here. 4-2 for Taylan. Dark needs to not let this get out of hand. He thought he could get a favorable 50 as he turned around on the back wall. Dark with all the space in the world. Taylan looks to dive and got the demo. Dark did flick it away. You better believe that Dark is going to chase him down now in the corner. And if that goes directly in, oh my goodness. that was going to be ridiculous. It is going to be a Taylan goal. And this is what you get when you're watching the Dark show. The speed that leads to dunks that almost go directly off the ceiling and in the net is also the speed that has him flying past the play. He's going to go all the way into the back corner of Taylan to grab the boost and try and see if he can make it back. And he does, but not enough to slow down the shot. Actually, maybe he did make it enough. Wow. These are the kind of risks that Dark takes. Nobody else is ever leaving the play as much as he just did. But he prefers to make that high-speed save anyways, so might as well do it from behind the play if you're in the mind of Dark. Oh, Taylan just gave it to him. Oh, no boost for Dark, though. He's going to try and boom it past. Has the boost steal now. Can he punish on a Taylan who's working off pads? Goes for the air dribble bump and connects, so he's still in it. That was a really crucial goal. I think that next goal needed to be Dark's. He does get it with 1:40. Taylan was threatening to run away with Game 5. Dark grabbing the midfield boost. Sends this to a terrible position for him, and it is going to get converted on. Not really where you want the ball. That's like a dream position for the offense. A soft landing ball just outside the box. I mean, anything can be done with that. Taylan elects to go for the catch and the flick. It's a 6-3 lead. Dark fake kickoff. Head to the ceiling and directly to the nets. Keeps himself within striking distance. Crucial. This is that classic fake kickoff that he has farmed many a goal off of. This time a kickoff win to the right side. It's not going to be easy to start a dribble off this one. So he does play it in field. A nice fake delay. I mean, this is a slight bit of patience. It's just the tiniest bit is all he needed. Not to shoot right away, because that would have played into Taylan's hand. But no, instead, wait for him to force back, turn a little bit back, and then shoot. Taylan's going to try and immediately send it towards the goal, as if the dashing Dark wasn't for sure going to make it back. Ooh, a little bit of patience on this challenge, too. And that is a tie game for Dark. With just under a minute left to go, he waits for Taylan to chip it up to him, and he eats it alive. I mean, watching from Taylan's perspective is so ridiculous. It seems like Dark is leaving so many opportunities for free goals, and yet the reality is it's like impossible to convert on them because he never lets you do it. He always finds his way back. Now, this was a great setup, and it looked like what was going to be a creative play for a goal, but I mean, that tap in is a bit too high. So it's a freebie for Taylan. Fake kickoff to Dark. Taylan trying to control this one and not allow Dark to get the goal, but the cut across the net is going to be a tying 7th goal. Dark currently being carried off the back of his incredibly convincing fake kickoff. But can he do that all the way to success? I mean, I think this diagonal, the slight offset diagonal, is one of the times he does it the most, but he's not going to take it here. He's going to try and play to the side wall. Taylan's certainly going to be covering the distance for a demo of some sort. There it is. So 20 seconds. Taylan has to go to the skies. The way he's been air dribbling with success means why would he not go there? Taylan, the air dribble bump, gets dodged at the starts, but he's able to follow it right back up. Dark has had a ton of these really soft saves. Couldn't recover back up to clear this one. So will Dark fake this one again and give himself 12 seconds to tie it up? It will be yet another fake, and Taylan plays right into it. Dark now out of the back corner, needs a goal with 7 seconds, has the reset, wave dash shot, it's in! Dark clutches up with everything on the line. Neither one of these guys can seem to stop the other with their aerial game. As Dark speeds it past, now directly straight kickoff. 4 seconds, Dark will take it. Oh no, that looks like a direct Taylan goal. Run flip into a flick. Oh, it hits the ground. Wow. Overtime in game 5. Couldn't have wrote it better. It is a fake kickoff again. Every other kickoff is a fake. Dark to the skies. Taylan intercepts. Can he get back down to get the shot? Dark has crazy recoveries, but not this time. Dark known for his ability to get back into any play, but he's not getting back to this one. Drops the GGs in the party chat as Taylan wins his debut. Game 5 overtime against Dark. My goodness. We knew what was in store. We knew what was in store when we had Dark coming back on, but man, did we?